Hello? You can't.
Go again. I'm good.
Lionel don't get this shit.
Lionel don't sound like that.
Hello? Some music. Oh, we got a singer in the room and I'm doing it.
Yeah. We've got two.
We got two singers. Hello and welcome to episode 3 of BSRcast. I'm Lewis Naden.
I'm Jim Pope.
And you're not Matt.
I'm not.
Who are you?
I'm Joe Billingham.
From?
The Experimental.
Yes.
That's right, we've got a guest.
We
Matthew
refused
is Matthew's currently on holiday
Yes.
Yes.
in
and
Portugal.
filling in.
You
Able deputy.
Yes.
Able deputy.
Well, let's see how we feel about it in an hour's time.
Because, big shoes to fill.
Yes.
10s, I believe.
Yeah. And the shoes we're going to be stepping into first is the Bronx.
The Bronx.
Album
The
5.
Bronx.
And
V, innit?
I'll let you
V.
take it away. Are you a fan of the Bronx?
I am a huge fan of the Bronx, yes. I do
see.
like the Bronx. This album, though, it's good. It's good. But for me, it's one of those horrible things where the first two albums that the Bronx released were so strong. So strong. Top to bottom, strong records. And I think they're struggling to capture that again. And my biggest critique of this one is it's starting to sound a lot of the same. Like, if you've looked over their back catalogue, all 5 albums kind of have similar vibes. And not like in a good kind of, that's their sound way. Like, just in a, it's the songs literally sound the same.
Yeah.
But, having said that, I fucking love the Bronx. So, when the songs sound the same, that's absolutely fine by me. Because I quite like the songs anyway.
Well, the good point that I've got is they're not a band that I know loads about. And I feel a massive fraud. We were talking about this before we got going tonight. And Matthew, you're telling me, is a massive Bronx fan.
He is.
And I've come in.
On the episode we're doing the Bronx.
Heard a little bit about them, and it's like, shit. I've got
a fucking...
Yeah, but the good thing about that is I haven't got that back catalogue to fall back on. So I'm hearing the Bronx pretty much for the first time. I mean, I've heard bits and pieces, but nothing.
Yeah.
And
so what did you think?
And I liked it.
Yeah.
To me, it's high intensity. It was raw. There was big riffs. Yeah, it's good. I liked it. But,
if you like that, check out all the other albums. They're just the same.
Yeah.
They are. I feel... I didn't like the album that much when I first heard it.
No.
Because I felt like it was missing sort of the killer song. There's a couple
I
of
agree with
songs,
that. I agree
Three
with that.
Dead Sisters and History Stranglers, for example, are like... You want to
History
just like...
Stranglers is just one of the best.
When that comes on, get out the fucking way. Because I'm going to steamroller someone.
And Heart Attack America.
Yeah.
That's a fucking
they're
tune.
just-
That's probably their favorite, like their biggest tune, to be fair.
They are really big. But after a couple listens to this album, there are a couple tracks on there like Fill the Tanks.
Yes.
Fill the Tanks
That
is
was
this album.
You could argue that's the standout, maybe.
I like Side Effects.
Side Effects
Which,
is great.
because obviously coming into it fresh, it's just like, that was the track that I found myself sort of a couple of days after listening to the album, but it was still sort of in there.
There was a bit more of the pumpy, the pop punky style of that. That one is a bit less.
Oh yeah, it's quite dry.
It's catchy for the Bronx,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's their catchy song, which they do from time to time. The Bronx.
Yeah, I think I described my notes here as melodic and melodic and catchy. So it's that. But stuff like Sore Throat, it's a big riffy song.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think that's the joy of it, isn't it? Because you're listening to it first time, that's like, wow, the riffs. But if you've been a Bronx fan since day one, you're like, you expect the riffs. That's a given. I want riffs, because if you're not playing riffs, you're fucking doing it wrong.
Yeah.
But I was kind of hoping there'd be something else with this record, like a little bit more of an expansion on that winning formula, if you know what I mean. Like, they've got a great formula and it's a great sound and all those kind of things. But I wanted, because this is album number 5 now, like I kind of wanted to push, something a bit different, like something to go with that winning formula. I didn't want them to change the winning formula,
Just add some
more
to it.
stuff in.
I felt there were a couple, especially the opening track, lyrically felt like almost like an anti-political record, rather than just being political and saying stuff. It was like, shit's fucked, get on with it.
I feel like that's a bit of their general vibe, isn't it? Like, shit's fucked, let's just get on with it.
Yeah, it's like the lyric, kill me or turn me on. This ain't no rally cry, everyone's gonna die. It's just like, I don't care, mate. Like, you're here, shit's fucked, we live once.
Isn't that great, though?
Fuck
Isn't that a great thing? Like, to not take a stand and just be like,
I've tried to 4 other albums give us shit.
Yeah.
And now I've played a bit of mariachi. You know?
Yeah.
I love a bit.
I've had the trumpets out. I've chilled out a little bit.
You know, I've hung out with some guys with moustaches. We've eaten some fajitas. I
We've
don't
eaten
care
some
anymore.
fajitas. I've slept a lot.
Yeah, it's been great. So it's quite a nice step back from like the punk scene to be so like, fuck everything, you know, fuck Downing Street, to just like, I don't care, mate.
Yeah.
I just want to party.
Yeah, I think
That's
that's
like.
what they're always about, isn't it? The Bronx is very party oriented.
No, it was a great album, but it took me more than one listen to get into.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the same as you. I have to say that the more I've listened to it, the more I've enjoyed it. The first time I listened to it, I was very like, oh, it's just another Bronx album, but not as good as the other ones. But the more I listen to it, the more I'm like finding the subtleties, and there's some nice little hooks in there and some little bits that I'm like, oh, okay, okay.
How did you feel about sort of the more melodic tracks? Because the only thing I might criticism might be that at certain points it seemed to sort of bring the album down a little bit, which in some ways it could give you a bit of texture and flavour.
I quite like it because there's a few of those heavy punk bands, like, and the trouble is once you've done loads of that, so you're kind of, I don't know, like you're playing a heavy riffy album.
Yeah.
If you just play 11 heavy riffy songs, it gets really repetitive. So it's kind of nice to break it up a little bit. And to be fair, it's a common thing with the Bronx. They have done that on all records. But it is, I quite like that element about it because I think it's necessary.
What would you rate the album?
Out of 5, man. We do it out of 5.
Okay, out of 5. Bear in mind to say I'm coming in fresh, so it's first time I've heard them. 3.5.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't love it, but it's definitely made me think I want to go back and listen to more
Bronx.
Yeah, there are bands to say I was aware of, but now it's sort of like a stepping stone. Yeah.
And I think that's a really good thing because you'll go back and you'll hear some back music, like absolute bang music. Yeah, cool. I'm going to go similar. I'm going to say 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if Matt Jones was here, it'd be a 5. Because he fucking loves the Bronx.
Do you know what? I almost messaged him this week and said, "Look, what review do you want me to do?" Because I felt so guilty.
Just you were going to be the puppet that just said what he said.
So I've come in. No, never heard it, mate.
You're coming and go, they're fucking shit.
Yeah,
I don't even like him.
So,
So 3 for me.
4 out of 5. It's
4 out of 5.
the Bronx. I love me the Bronx, and after a couple of listens, I do love me this album, and I listened to it on the way here, and I ate a cat.
And you ate a cat?
Yeah, it makes me.
That's how angry
I had to
you
mount
got.
the curb and go into the garden.
I had to try to hit the cat.
I really give it a go. But no, 4 out of 5, banging. Now on to another. Where's your Mac? Are we ever going to get a decent sponsorship?
I know,
if
right?
You don't rock up with the goods.
I know. I feel like I'm letting the side down. Look, this camera's got lovely like Max up and stuff, and I've just got a can of.
I mean, if Apple really cared, they would get you one.
Yeah, Apple, if you're watching,
is everything.
Apple, if you're watching, I'm Macless over here.
It's like,
all right, sort me out.
This gets big views.
we need
that's what I was told.
a record label or something behind the show that can put a bit of money into it.
Yeah.
I feel like
Where's that going to?
Where are we going to find a record label with some money?
Well, I don't know how to say this properly because I've been saying it wrong. Is it Propaghandi?
Propaghandi, yeah. Yeah, like Mahatma Gandhi, but proper.
Right. Proper, like he's the proper Gandhi.
Propaghandi.
Like, get that little bald fella out of here. That's not the real Gandhi.
I'm the propaganda.
That's a fella in a bedsheet. Proper Gandhi's on his way.
Propagandi's
and he's
in.
going to hook you up with some atheism.
That's exactly what he said. But yeah,
Right.
propaganda.
Propaganda.
Yeah.
I don't know who the fuck they are.
Hey, that makes 2 of us.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well, to be
in.
fair, this was one of my picks this week, this episode. I picked Propaghandi because I like Propaghandi. Propaghandi, punk rock band. Been around for, years now. Like, it's got to be, I'm not sure on the exact number, but it's got to be around that 20-year mark. Like, they've really
I did
been
a bit
around.
of research, and they were one of those. I felt guilty not knowing who they were because they've been around forever.
They kind of are synonymous with the whole Fat Records record labels, so like the NoFX vibe, like that kind of sound. But they were always very different. Them and Strung Out. But anyway, so yeah, been around for ages, and this is their new album, Victory Lap.
Yes.
I have to say, this is where Matt was really excited about the Bronx record. I've been waiting for this one for ages because I absolutely adore this band.
Yep.
And when it came out, they put out 2 singles first. They put out the title track, Victory Lap, and then they put out Failed Imagineer as well.
Yeah.
And Failed Imagineer is just an absolute banger. Like, the time signatures, any musicians will listen to it and go, oh, fucking hell, time signatures for days. But it's catchy enough as well. it's got that cool, catchy element, that punk rock stuff. It's got a little bit of the riffs in it. If you want slightly heavier, metally riffs, it's got some of that going on.
There's a lot of stuff in there. There's a bit of a sludge element with some of it as well. Remind me like Kylasa or like Mastodon almost. They've got very like expansive, very like doomy and a bit like.
It's interesting that you mentioned metal and punk, and because listening to it for the first time, I spoke to Darren, our frontman, and saying, "Look, I'm listening to this record. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's metal. Is it a bit hardcore? Is it punk?
I think that's the joy of it.
Thrash or it was all over the place. I wasn't a massive fan.
No, fair enough.
But, and
they are. I think they're one of those bands that are an acquired taste. Like I don't think I think you'll either get it or you just don't like it. Most people I know who listen to Propaghandi either go, Propaghandi, fucking sick, I love that band, they're fucking amazing, or they're like, nah,
can't get it.
I read some reviews, and I watched a review of a guy on YouTube reviewing it, and he was that guy. He was just like, right, this is a metal show, but they're a punk rock band, and I tell you now, I fucking love it. And to me, it was just like, I just didn't get it. I think it reminded me of lots of different bits throughout the way. There's a song on it called Comply and Resist. It reminded me of the Black Tree Sons. So I went and listened to the Black Tree Sons.
So you basically use them to remind you of other bands.
Yeah. Do you know what? I've got here, and you're either going to love this or hate it, but the intro of track 3, and I can't remember what the track's actually called now, reminded me of Nickelback, and I thought, fucking Jim's going to love this.
Oh my days.
You love Nickelback?
No!
Yeah!
Really?
But only for about, I don't know, 20 seconds. Okay. And then it was like, nah, Nickelback's fine.
I don't know whether that says more about Propaghandi or more about you.
Yeah, I think it's more about...
I reminds you.
I hate Nickelback. I've got to be...
Yeah. I hate Nickelback too, though. Just make it...
I don't know anyone who doesn't. I liked it because of the elements in it that I like. So I like metal music, and I like the sludgier stuff, and I like expansive songs that you sit there and you just put your headphones on and then you let it take you. That's why I like Mastodon and Baroness. You just sit there and just fucking go with it. You're
like a proper. The more we do these shows, the more I'm realizing you love a whole album, don't you?
I do.
You're not a track guy, are you? You want a start to finish deal.
I want to be able to just go with what they were thinking.
See,
they were writing.
That's where I think we're going to differ, because I was more that person, and then stuff like Spotify's killed me. I just dip in and out of stuff too much. People say, "Oh, that album track." It's like, no, I didn't hear it. I got 5 tracks in, and I thought, no.
I'm the other way around. I'm more Lewis way. I like to put a record on and be doing something else, but like have this record going on, and I'll just.
I want to be in their headspace to be able to get with it, and
I don't
like
know what
when you can really
headspace
get in
is. But...
I don't know, but it is all over the place. His vocals. Have you ever heard of a band called Volbeat? They're a Danish rock band. Some of his vocals remind me of him. In a way that like English ain't the first language, a little bit gibberish, what the fuck are you talking about? But gravelly and cool as well. I love Volbeat, but I don't know what he's saying half the time. Which
does anybody know what Volbeat is saying?
Letters to a Young Anus.
Yeah.
I really misconstrued at first. I thought it was just him like going back to the past and telling his younger self like, calm down, you're a bit of a dickhead. And you're gonna regret a lot. But it ain't really about that.
No. Do you know the first time I ever saw that song title, I thought it said "Letters to a Young Angus," and I thought it was about the guy from AC/DC. I was like, "Fuck!"
On that note, R.I.P. Malcolm Young.
R.I.P.
Do you want a review? Sorry, do you want a 5?
Starts. Go for it.
Right. Okay. See, I struggled with it on first listen, and then I dipped in and out, and then I like bits, and like I say, it reminded me of bands like Black Tree Sons. I do like bands that we did a festival with a couple of years ago called Dr. Nut, who were a metal band that sung about elves and wizards, and they're worth checking out. Anyone at home, but
if you like your elves and wizards,
I can't pan it too much because it reminded me of bands that I really like.
Yeah.
But as an overall thing, so I'm gonna go 2.5 stars.
I've got a 3.5 because I did enjoy it. It just
for
my own part, it just went on a bit too long.
Drum roll, please. For the first time since we've been doing this, I'm going 5. I'm giving it straight 5 stars.
Really?
5 stars. I fucking really
There's
love
nothing
that.
to critique about.
That's my favourite album that's come out this year, so far.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I should have brought some little party poppers or something. I thought we were going to break this in months.
A really pathetic one, just one that went...
3 episodes in.
And like single balloon coming down.
Yeah, just a single like
5
half
on it.
filled with helium balloon that just kind of
it.
hovers about here.
Yeah. Nice. So what else have you given 5 stars?
No,
I've
that's
given
it.
That's the first. That's the first.
That's
5
my
stars.
first album.
3 episodes in.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Have you given a 5-star yet?
No,
Queens of the Stone Age.
I've given a near no star.
You've given a near no star.
I gave it
Jones
4.5.
has given a 5-star.
No, he hasn't.
Has he not?
I've not cracked
I'm
out. I
on the
made a
first
special.
5-star.
Yeah, I made a
yeah.
special
Cracked
item
open
for
the
the
blues.
5-star, and I've never used it.
Yeah.
And I thought that's going to be a special day. It's not a special day.
All right.
No, all right, 5-star. Woo!
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
Jazz hands.
Do you want to introduce this? Do you want to give it some fanfare?
Yeah, so we're doing, I guess, a preview of an album by a band called TIE Fighter Pilot, who are on my record label. I saw these guys the first time I saw them. They came to Plymouth. I went to a friend of mine runs a thing called White Cider Promotions, so he puts like little local shows on here. And he got them down. They're from Bristol, and he got them to come down, and they were playing with, I can't remember who they were playing with now. I think they might have been playing with Black Tree Sons, actually.
Okay.
But I can't remember. Anyway, and I remember being stood with my friend Matt Priest, and stood at front, and these guys come on, and they're like, Chris, the singer, he's just like this small, kind of looks real shy, like sort of kid, and then Lee, the bass player's got this wild, like, hair, like fucking Doc from Back to the Future, like, he just looks fucking mad. And then, and then Lawrence, their drummer's like your typical really good-looking, handsome lad. So they're like this weird-looking band, and they're just a 3-piece, and they got up and they just played these really interesting, catchy songs. And there was no frills. It was just, we play fucking nostalgic early 2000s punk rock, and that's what we do. But their songs the lyrics of their songs are fucking brilliant. Like they've got a track called Hard Man, which has been my alarm tone every morning for the last. The whole song is about falling in love with the girlfriend of a well-known hard man,
Right.
and just getting your head kicked in because you're trying to date this girl that And all their songs are a bit like that. They're kind of funny, but kind of like they're clever. Like there's a little bit of cleverness to them.
Yeah, wordplay.
But they're just great fun. That's like, and sometimes like we go into so much detail on this whole show about the ins and outs of music and critiquing stuff. And sometimes it's nice to just listen to a band and go, do you know what? You just gave me 3 minutes of enjoyment.
Yeah. Punk rock from Brizzle is my
From
first
Brizzle.
note. From
Yeah.
Brizzle.
Punk rock from Brizzle
Yeah,
Town.
and on the last show you mentioned something about Ron Seal bands, the whole sort of it does what it says in the
Yeah.
And they are that. They're
They
a
are
punk rock
absolutely
band
that.
from Brizzle.
Yeah.
and then
And they fucking sound like it too.
absolutely. So you put the record on, go out and buy it or download it or wherever it's available. Black Sail Records will tell you where. It is. It's that. It reminded me of sort of 90s, early 2000s sort of raw type stuff. But yeah, it was heartfelt. It was high energy.
Yeah.
It was good fun, and they are 3-minute punk rock.
I think the Roncilla Bands is perfect analogy for this. Yeah, that's
thank
exactly
you.
what it is.
I know you were involved with the sort of them recording.
Yeah, to a point. I mean, Doc did it here at the location we're at.
Yeah. Because it's interesting. I'd be interested to know who their influences are. Because I mean, I could hear stuff in it, but they may very well say, "Oh, we hate that."
Well, see what you think.
Right, so I could definitely hear some Arizona Law in it.
Oh,
which is yeah.
I don't think we knew them. I actually didn't know them. I don't think we ever actually shared a stage together.
Did you not? There
No.
you go. So, but yeah.
I don't think they ever saw Arizona Law either. Actually,
there was something about the sounds. It wasn't like a.
I think it's
they're not
because
holding you up on some type of pedestal thinking.
No. I think it's because we just sound like an early 2000s punk rock band. So
you used to.
Yeah,
Come
we
on.
used to.
Let's shed a tear now, but yeah. So remind you of that. Obviously, there's yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Earlier Green Day.
If I had some drink left, I'd have poured one out for my dead homie.
All over the Mac.
All over your Mac.
Yeah, that's it. Both of them.
Yeah,
Just
we
because
need
I
a new
don't
one.
have one,
Yeah.
just in a fit of rage.
Early Raw Green Day.
Yeah.
There's some of that in there.
Yeah, definitely.
For me, Sea Foam Beans was a standout track.
Yeah.
I really like that. Bizarrely, that sort of reminded me of sort of the Strokes and the Vaccines. It had that sort of energy and that
it's
sort
a totally different track to the others, isn't it? It's got kind of an indie vibe. I totally
it has.
agree
And
with
so
you.
there
But
was
not in a bad
those
way.
those two bands, and the sort of the guitar sound that was a little bit stripped back, and it sort of had that sort of Strokesy type.
Yeah, it's
and
less
that
distorted.
Sort of like almost like garage bandy type recording, but in a cool way. It's not a sort of thing. So I liked it. I see.
I know you because you messaged me. You were asking about the recording because
I did.
You wanted to know about the process, and I think you were like, Yeah, it's rough around the edges on the recording. I was like, yeah, it was recorded in like a day.
Yeah, which is
It's
super,
like,
super impressive. But I was saying to you beforehand that I was just aware what I didn't want to do. It is a little bit rough around the edges.
Yeah, it is.
And it feels a bit like a live recording. But in that, I mean that, yeah, you could polish it up if you spent weeks in the studio. But it's
but it doesn't need it.
It captures the energy. It really does that. What I was just aware of, I didn't want to sort of go out there offending anyone, saying it's a little bit rough around the edges, and them to turn up and go, yeah, we just blown our life savings on going.
Yeah, we just spent $3,000 on this.
Sawmills to record it, and it doesn't quite feel like that, but it feels like energetic, high intensity, 3-minute track punk record.
Yeah,
and that's what they are.
Yeah,
so I can.
It's finding the right type of record for the right type of band, and I think for the guys' first proper kind of half decent recording, I think it was recorded to where they need to be.
I've been monitoring them sort of since I was getting to know you guys with the back sale stuff. So I've listened to their earlier recordings, and it is noticeably better.
What did you think, Liz?
Do it.
That's good, wasn't it?
Fucking good, man.
No, I'm going to hold my hands up. Like, I am not the audience for this stuff.
No.
Like, I don't like this type of music.
No.
I always skated over it. It's like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 stuff. It reminds me of a period when that music was around and my friends liked it or didn't. And I was more...
Didn't.
I was just more on the heavier metal side, so it didn't stick to me. But... it was a good little EP. I like that.
Yeah.
Because it was, like you say, it's like 3 minutes. You just wham it on. The album's over before you know it, and I won't go in.
Yeah.
Come on, Skip. I didn't
Nothing
skip
worse
any.
than nothing worse than a 4-chord punk rock band that draw out 9-minute songs, and you're like, oh, fuck it.
Do you know
Like, it's going to be a criticism that like pops up again in our next album that we review, because I found that they stuck to their guns on this one. It's 3 minutes. Less than that sometimes.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking do what we do. If you don't like it, fuck off. If you do, just carry on listening. And I liked it.
If you don't, it's not so long that you'll turn it off because you think that'd be
it was good, and I don't like that type of music. And it's not gonna make me go and listen to any more of the music. It hasn't like changed me in any way. But I wasn't.
You mean you're not converted by this record? For this?
No.
Oh dear God,
you failed.
Consider me.
Yeah, I know, right?
Consider me not a fan still. But I didn't sit there going, stars. Let's go with some stars here.
3.5 stars.
Nice.
I liked it, but I think from what I've heard, they can continue to grow, and I'm excited. I'm really excited about seeing them live.
Yeah, I'm going to give it the same.
Well,
I know. I should always be like, oh, I'm going to pick up my own records, but like, well, it's not my record, it's their record, but I pick up all the Black Sale Records guys because obviously you're on the label for a reason because I like the music, but yeah, I think these guys are great, but like you, I can see that there's work to do, and they'll get somewhere. And I think when they're give them 2 or 3 years, and I think they'll have a really nice polished product. I think what they're doing as an idea is great. Just keep those 3-minute songs, those fucking catchy tunes. Do that. Just do it a little bit better.
I've wrote. It is what it is. If you like beef, you'll get beef. If you want a roast, you ain't getting it. It's a 3 out of 5 for me. It's not a genre I like. I won't revisit it.
I'll take a 3 out of
good.
5 from a guy who don't like punk rock.
Yeah. I don't like that type of music, but it's better than...
It is good.
It's over half.
It's good what it is.
It's over half.
Right. Moving on to a band here that I also named wrong. I named them Urethra. And that is something completely different.
Ethyfield.
Ethyfield.
I can tell you about Ethyfield. We've gigged with them a lot.
Because the only reason I know about them is coming to watch you guys play. And
and then I put Roger, who is the dad of Ben and Zach, the guitarist and bass player, I put him in touch with Black Sail to send their EP into you guys.
He did.
So
and he fucking sent one in the post. I was so stoked. I love getting shit in the post.
He watches the show, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
Roger.
Does.
You don't want to watch my review of this.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, he's big and he's scary.
You don't want to watch my review.
No, you couldn't ask to meet a more lovely bloke than Roger Cornish. He is a genuine, and he's been in and around the music scene. And
so tell us about the band.
His sons are, fantastic. So we've gigged with them a lot.
Right.
They started life out as a band called Hysteria Kids, which was a 5-piece sort of covers band.
Right.
And they got a lot of notoriety from in our very small part of the world. And then they broke away and became a 3-piece called New Project. And they started writing their own stuff. And then they changed things up. They became Ethyfield. Purely, I think, because New Project was... So it didn't feel like a proper thing to them.
Right.
And it was really hard to find. you type new project into Google, there are thousands of different projects come up. So they became Ethyfield.
Because what you haven't said yet, which is the crucial bit, is their ages.
Yeah, do you know what?
It's annoying because you don't want to say it because you don't want to take away from how good they are anyway.
I think it helps to know their ages.
Yeah.
It does. Okay, yeah. Well,
from a songwriting perspective,
I can see why. I can see why. I mean, when we're coming back to sort of things.
So what are their ages? So the drummer's 14.
Yeah, he's a young'un. He really is.
15 for the
16. I think Ben, the guitarist, has just turned
16. So I think it was 15 at the
Barrel. Yeah, and Zach, the bass player singer, is 18. He's just turned 18. So
and for the record, once we've reviewed this, please go and listen to this record just to appreciate when you hear those ages and hear how good they are at their instruments.
Oh yeah,
you will just grow a huge appreciation.
They are really,
regardless of whether you like the music or not.
Yeah, they are really lovely, grounded lads. Obviously, parents are sort of pushing them, but not in that sort of overly keen way.
I've spoken to Roger like a bit, and he just seems like real.
They just want to support.
Yeah,
them because they can see they've got talent.
I don't get that. What is it like? Beauty pageant vibe.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I don't get him like
just stood on the side, minding the words.
And like the pushy dad on the side of the football pitch. It's not. He's not. They're not that.
Because we saw that happen for the Jacksons, didn't we?
What's that?
But no, he's there. Yeah, and so Ben, the guitarist, he was on Sky's Guitar Star. They did this whole thing where they had to do auditions, and it was on Sky Arts, and he progressed really well through it. So he got sort of like a little bit of notoriety about that. So is it Tony Iommi? He's mentored him because he was on that program.
Wow,
and that is good.
Yeah,
company to be in.
Yeah, that's definitely. He ain't bad, is he, old Tony?
I think he's done something. He's been
popular for something. Not sure what it was.
No, but he's vaguely famous. But so that's sort of their backing.
Okay. So, what do you think of the actual record, Lewis?
Oh no!
I really liked it. I actually really did like it. I thought it was for their ages, which is why I wanted to mention it. This is a super grown-up, professional sounding bunch of songs. Like, this sounds like people who've been together forever, who are on their like third or fourth album.
There's bands in their 40s that aren't playing this well.
It's so...
And you've seen them, sorry to interrupt, mate, but you've seen them live as well.
Oh, they put on a show as well.
There's a video of them playing at Summer Moon Beer Festival in Kerswell, where we played just before them, and to be honest, I prefer playing before them. You did playing after, it's just like, I mean, we do a certain style of thing, but they are just so tight and together. And there's a video of them playing, and people questioned that they thought it'd been overdubbed. Really? Because it's tight. It's tight like that.
It blew my mind. Like I remember when I walked into the Barrel House, and I think they were already playing when I walked in. I think a couple of songs in, maybe.
Yeah.
And I walked in, and I kind of saw the bass player, the oldest member, and I kind of went, quite a young band, you know. And then one till fucking Partridge went, have a look at the drummer.
Yeah,
and I was like,
Dan, the drummer.
Fucking hell, what the fuck? Like, there's a kid playing drums. That's
First time I saw him, he was about 12, and it's almost his dad sort of like put him on the drum stick. He's like, ain't he cute? He's sitting there with his drums, and suddenly, it's just like,
it's just fucking all over it. But yeah, they are fantastic live.
The singer sounds like he's just listened to James Hetfield over and
over.
he
sounds like Eddie Vedder.
No, I think it's after each bit he's got that James Hetfield does, and it reminded me of that. Which ain't a bad thing. Yeah, he's got it. He's got the grunts after it, and that instantly in my head I'm like, that just reminds me of Metallica.
Which is fine.
But they've got a lot of 80s proper metal influence to them. And, Power Child is an extremely 80s sounding.
Okay, it's interesting you're getting that type of thing because that would be the downside for me. That it's not necessarily the type of music that I love. So
same with me.
So I've got to, and there is an element of I've heard their songwriting from early on to now, and I think they're finding more and more of their own sound because they started off as a certain thing, and they'll get to a point where they're writing better and better songs.
As soon as I heard him, I just heard Pearl Jam in space.
I've wrote Pearl Jam in there.
Yeah, just for me, it was Pearl Jam, that Eddie Vedder sounding voice. Like, I just got Pearl Jam in space, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah, no.
Don't get me wrong. There's other bits in there. It's not
there's a lot of influences
Pearl Jam, but, like,
in there.
The heaviest influence I got was Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Which
that
is-
in there. It's just
Which
his
is all right, because
vocals
that the
are-
things you're going to... Yeah, that's not a bad influence, is it?
It's
No.
just really well done, and you wouldn't expect them. Their age defies what you're going to hear when you check this out,
Yeah.
which is a great thing because it's like you say like their ages and you think, ah, fuck it, we're
Yeah.
getting neck deep. You ain't getting neck deep. You're getting something extremely grown up. My criticism, though, some of their tracks,
Yeah.
unlike TIE Fighter Pilot, are too long.
Yeah, I agree.
It's like there's nothing under 5
Do you
minutes.
think that's genre defined though?
It
do
might
you
be.
think that?
It might-
Do you think that because they're that 80s classic rock band, like
Yeah.
you look at a lot of those tracks, they are 5 minutes.
There's
5, 6
nothing
minutes.
under 5 minutes.
No. We had this conversation the other week in practice, and Chris, our drummer, I shouldn't admit this on there. He likes Genesis,
Right? Oh god.
and I like
Somebody's got it.
and I liked Green Day, early Green Day, and we were having this, and we were saying that because I agree with you completely, and actually. I know a little inside track that we talk about Tony Iommi, and they'd sent some of the tracks to him. To have a listen to them.
And he said, "Make them longer."
And interestingly, he didn't. He said start writing slightly shorter songs. Apparently, so the story
Yeah.
goes. And I think that's probably. There's a couple of the tracks that are really, really well crafted, but it's almost like they've got two different ideas, and they made it into one track. And it's sort of
I
like-
think
there are a
for
couple
me,
of
there's just a few too many choruses. Star ratings.
Little star rating, yeah.
You want to go me first? I'm going to
Yeah.
go 3.5.
Cool.
I-
Yeah, go
you
for it.
carry on. You
All right, I'm going to go 4. I would have given it more, but I think they can just get better. And better.
Yeah,
No,
3.5 for me because much like TIE Fighter Pilot, I think different genres completely, but I really enjoyed it as a piece of music, and they're going to get better. So great.
Yeah.
Mine seems harsh because it's like down there were things that I didn't like as much, but I don't want to rate it too highly to make it feel like it's come out of the gate and gone, you can only get worse from here.
It's
I'm
also,
gonna
I don't want to
go-
rate it too highly because I don't want to feel like I'm doing it because they're younger. Like, oh, we've got to give them a
It's-
better rating. No, I want to rate
want
them
it
up
to
with
be-
everybody else because they're that good.
Yeah, they are. Yes,
It's a 3.5 for me, but it's a fucking exciting 3.5.
Yeah,
Yeah,
same.
It's
same.
a very
It's a
I'm excited to
high
see where it
potential 3.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got a 5-star in them, easy.
Yeah.
From what I've seen.
Oh
that's-
yeah. There is a 5-star record coming out of that band sometime in the future.
Yeah, scary.
Yeah, 100%.
Scary's talented, they are.
Yeah.
All right. And with that concludes our musical review of this evening. I tried my Trevor McDonald.
Yeah.
One great, mate.
One great.
One great.
Oh.
One great. Can you do it as Schwarzenegger? That last section, but Schwarzenegger.
Well, the whole of that
Am
last
I?
review.
Come on, you've got to talk like this. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Listen to me now. That was the last time we do any review on you, okay? We're moving on to our next segment, which is Jim versus James. Questionnaire.
I still know who James is. That's my.
That's me.
You're and I'm Jim, am I?
Oh, you
hang
put
on.
Jim
I
versus
put Ryan.
James. Jim versus Joe.
Is this Jim?
Oh,
is this
fuck.
Jim taking
This
on?
is
Oh,
because-
redo it. Come
Is
on.
this
I
Jim?
haven't- No, I'm going to redo it now.
Is
I'm
this?
gonna
I
redo it
thought it was you taking on you. What good
No,
that leaves me
right.
to have to sit around and.
No,
so
this is because
I'll
I
do
wrote
that.
it, and then it was like, no, hang on, we're not doing this one because originally it was Matt, and then I
Yeah,
just changed it.
oh,
And then
yeah.
I'm like, oh, fuck it.
It was the knowing me, knowing you thing, which I was looking forward to because anything that's partridge related is all good.
Yeah, it's
But-
not happening.
but
It's
I
not
can't-
happening.
But it's
This
gonna be
is a
quite
whole
hard.
new one.
This is the
Quite hard
part.
to
This is
write.
the part of the show he does where we genuinely don't know.
Yeah, I know.
I
This
have
is
no
the
idea.
bit that I was
what
worried. I can talk shit for days, but when I've actually got to show some
This
sort
is
of knowledge, I'm screwed.
all right.
It's always stupid knowledge. Though. It's not proper musical knowledge.
It is proper musical. It is now time for our quiz section of the show, where we go head to head. Unfortunately, Matt's not here, so you're filling in for him.
Yes.
Matt is actually behind, so you've got to really.
So do my points count for Matt?
Yeah.
Your
Oh,
points
Matt,
go
no,
to Matt.
I was worried about this. Now I'm feeling really under pressure.
Yeah. Right.
No
so
pressure.
So I've reviewed the
No
Bronx.
pressure, but you
I've
one
reviewed
point
the Bronx
behind.
badly.
Is it 2-1?
It's no, we've only done one of these properly, haven't we? Because the one before that was just my opinion on what, or your opinions on that. So it's actually
but I want
1-0.
It's 1-0. 1-0.
1-0. Right. So
Okay,
this
sorry.
is a
I can
question
tie the
now.
series. Come on.
Right. Right. This is actually called Yeah, they're my favourite band, love them, or the It's mainstreamers. This is all just famous bands, and you just have to give me your answers. There's a couple true and falses in there. All right.
Multiple choices.
Right.
That's what I live for.
Are they multiples?
There are multiples.
I hope so.
Right. Question 1. You ready?
Yes.
Pink Floyd have released how many studio albums? 10, 15, or 17?
10.
Ooh,
I
okay.
want to say 10.
We have an answer very early on there.
I'm going to say 17.
Ooh.
I'll just to be different. So you already gone 10, but hey,
I'm just
it's not
thinking.
going to win me any prizes. is
I've
it?
just suddenly thought, like, Does Dave Gilmour's records
No, we've
count?
answered. We've moved on.
Swift.
Number 2. Foo Fighters currently have a lineup of 57 individual members. True or false?
False. Although it feels like it's true.
If I wasn't playing...
Are we doing this like Shooting Stars? This is where you're going to go,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I wasn't playing for Matthew, I would say true. But because I am, I'm going to say false.
How many
right.
do they actually have?
Right.
Since starting.
Because they've got 7 now, I think, haven't they? Current members.
7 now, yeah.
I think so.
And they lost 4.
Are we meant to be working this?
I reckon 11.
You reckon 11?
If it's all the people Dave Grohl sacked off for not turning up on time, then it's probably about 11.
Yeah.
Yeah. 10.
At the 2004 Download Festival, which band did Dave Lombardo and Joey Jordison cover drums for?
Oh, it's not a multiple choice.
No.
Oh,
Just give me an answer.
I'm screwed on this one then. Okay, this is what Jim says and say a band that's vaguely
Dave
similar.
Lombardo and...
Joey Jordison.
And what years?
2004.
At the Download Festival.
That far back.
Gonna have to
I'm going to
push
say
for an answer.
Kiss.
Okay.
I got no idea.
Have a
Just
guess.
because Jordison wouldn't have had to have changed too much of his face makeup.
No, washed his hair.
I
It's
don't know.
extraordinarily greasy.
I honestly got no idea.
Say a rock band.
There you go, Metallica.
There you go.
Right, okay.
Fucking, if you get that right, I'm going to be so angry, man.
Eddie, Alex and Ford. Who doesn't belong and why?
Oh, and why?
Yeah.
This is
Eddie, Alex and Ford. Who doesn't belong and why?
That's so hard.
oh man. Last week you just had to say a celebrity name.
Yeah, like,
That was it.
this
Elton
is...
John.
Yeah!
This is real easy. Eddie, Alex and Ford. Who doesn't belong and why?
Ford, because it's a car manufacturer.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Right. Go on.
Fucking, I'm just going to say Eddie, but I have no reason why.
All right.
Eddie, because he's in Pearl Jam and the others aren't.
According to the early 90s poetic dynasties, the Spice Girls,
Oh,
if you want to be a lover, you got to get with whom first?
my friend.
Yeah, you got to get with my friends.
I see. There's part of me that wanted to pause. It's like,
Yes,
I've got
part
no
of
idea.
you's like,
I'm gonna
oh, I
make-
really don't
oh,
know,
man,
but I
gonna make this
definitely
up. I'll
know,
text my
yeah,
missus.
yeah.
No.
Right.
Yes.
Slipknot's 2008 album was called
2008.
2008.
Iowa. I'm going to say Iowa.
Iowa.
Iowa. Yeah, I'm
What
going
you
to say Iowa.
feeling?
To be fair, if you asked me to name a Slipknot album, I would be struggling.
I feel like Iowa was earlier than 2008, though.
You guess another one, and I'm going to go Iowa.
Right. We're going to have to rush you, yeah?
No, I'm going to stick with Iowa.
Oh, I can't just repeat what you said. I don't know.
Angus Young, true or false?
Oh, this is
False.
True.
Motorhead
Yeah.
was named after guitarist Laurie Wallace's cat. He was hit by a car and killed due to head trauma. Hence Motorhead. True or false?
Oh, false.
True. Why not?
One Direction have released more studio albums than My Chemical Romance. True or false?
Oh, I can genuinely not answer this with any type of knowledge.
I'm going to say,
beautiful.
well, My Chemical Romance released 4. So that means... No, wait, no, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 4. So I'm going to say that One Direction have released more. So yes, true.
I'm going to agree with you because they've got to have churned out loads of shite.
Yeah,
it's what you do.
they
When
would have banged out like...
people
5 or
buy
6.
it, you're going to make it.
AC/DC were named after inspiration from a sewing machine. True or false?
False.
False.
Oh, it's exciting! Right, I'll go through the answers and then I will reveal the scores. All right? Pink
Yeah.
Floyd have released how many studio albums? They've actually released 15. Neither of you got that right.
Neither of us could.
Foo Fighters currently have a lineup of 57 individual members. Obviously false. How many have they actually had since starting? 8.
Do I get a
really?
point? Do I get a
95
point for being closer?
No. At the 2004 Download Festival, which band did Dave Lombardo and Joey Jordison cover drums for? It's Metallica. Well done.
Oh,
You're not.
son of a bitch.
You're taking the piss.
No, I actually
No,
was.
you got it
Lars
right.
Ulrich was
Oh, you're
taken
1
ill.
point up.
Really? Fucking hell.
Yeah, in 2004, Lars Ulrich was taken ill. Apparently, it was karma for St. Anger.
Metallica, boom.
Right, Eddie, Alex, and Ford, who doesn't belong and why? Ford, that's a Van, not a Van Halen.
Inside
According to 90s poetic dynasties, the Spice Girls, if you want to be a lover, you got to get with whom first? Our friends. Both of you got that. The song is a direct
So
advocation.
worryingly quickly.
Worrying, that's my first point of the night.
Well done. The song is a direct advocation for sleeping around and an allegory for sloppy seconds. Slipknot's 2008 album was called All Hope Is Gone. Neither of you got
I don't even know that I answered it.
that. That was also the official headline of the 2016 US election results. Politics.
All Hope Is Gone, very good.
Angus Young, true or false? False, he's old as fuck.
There you go.
Well done. Motorhead was named after guitarist Larry Wallace's cat who was hit by a car and killed due to head trauma. True or false? It was false.
Yes.
It was actually named after a song Lemmy wrote for his old band Hawkwind,
Yes.
which was named after a gassy bird.
I actually knew the fact. Yeah,
One Direction has released more studio albums than My Chemical Romance.
Wait, what did you say?
I said more.
Oh yeah,
So did
I
you, though.
agreed because I said they produced loads of shit.
Yeah, you said the same. Yeah.
Oh, right, did you?
Yeah.
That changes things up.
So am I still losing now? Motherfucker!
Yeah, shouldn't say anything. I'd have had to watch that back and then change my words. AC/DC were named after inspiration from a sewing machine. They were. It was true. Margaret Young found it printed on her sewing machine. Similarly, inspiration struck for Meatloaf, who looked in the mirror. So that makes it 6-5 to Joe.
Oh!
It's for you. It's for Matthew. That is.
That's for Matt.
That Metallica is gonna get you. That is.
Well done.
Yeah.
You
Look at that.
name a rock band. Metallica.
Oh, I can't believe
Right
it.
there.
There you go.
That and I shouldn't have told
What a
you to
guess.
change the other answer.
What a
I
guess. Well, I
yeah.
guess.
There you go.
thought you were excited because you thought there was going to be a tie-break round, didn't
I
you?
did, and then you changed it, so hey.
Oh, shit, son of a bitch.
Well
Can
done,
we-
Joe.
Thank
Can
you
we
very
have one more
much.
question that I get right, then we can have the tie-break anyway?
That's not the way it works. Right. So that was episode 3 of BSRcast. Thanks for watching. You got any comments? Leave them below. We leave we release a bunch of cut-down episodes. So catch them as well. Leave some comments. They're Facebook exclusives. And the main show you catch on YouTube. And you can catch all the previous ones on there as well. I'd like to thank Joe for filling in for Matt.
Thank you for having me.
Congratulations on the point. For,
Yeah, it meant a lot to me. It was probably the high point. That and winning the under 7
so upset.
five-a-side football.
Can you do the entire outro in the voice of Alan Partridge, please?
No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I can't do it. No. Oh!
Hey!
And we're we're out. Thanks for watching. Done. Fucking up.